Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, wherever you are, and welcome back to the channel. Today, I found this clip that Myron Gaines was reacting to, and this is of this wife who apparently has a perfect husband but wants to leave him anyway. And this is one of the main reasons why I say marriage really isn't for modern men. So, without further ado, let's listen in on what she has to say and what Myron thinks about it.
And
I told my husband she can't be herself, then immediately says she doesn't know who she is. I told my husband I wanted a divorce. There is not a single thing about my husband in and himself that I do not love. Build your relationship on God and things will be easier. And people like Matt Walsh want you guys to get married to these fucking heathens. Let's see what she's got to say.
because this is super vulnerable for me and I'm a pretty open person. But earlier,
Super vulnerable for me because I know I'm about to say some. But here we go, guys.
That's really what it means. It means that I'm about to say some horrendous things, some unacceptable things. So I have to lay some groundwork so that you may feel pity for me or something like, or not judge me too harshly. Nonetheless, never really works.
This is who these Tradcons want you to get married to, by the way. Just so you guys know. Matt Walsh, Michael Knowles, all these like Tradcucks, they want you guys to get in relationships and marry bitches like this, by the way. Exhibit A.
this year, I told my husband I wanted a divorce. And this would probably shock a lot of my friends and my family because I hadn't told anybody, okay? I walked myself through the logistics of where would I live, how would we split the time with the kids, who gets the dog.
And just so you guys know, women do all this when they first marry you, FYI. They always figure out the logistics before they break up with you. Okay? It's called monkey branching. Tactical monkey branching. They always figure this shit out beforehand. They meet with a family attorney, figure out the math, figure out the numbers. Do they stand to benefit more from it? And if they do, you're gone.
Where all of those things, okay?
I'm going to go ahead and form an opinion at this moment because I've seen this quite a bit on the internet. I don't think it's a reality though. I think right now so many women have done this that of course among that big population, a lot of them are going to come out and try and explain themselves either for the likes or for the sympathy they want to look for or generally for just for the attention. Now, in my opinion, she thinks she's good enough to get a better man. I think she's had enough people call her beautiful wherever she works, or the gym, or at the store. And then she has this guy who is perfect, but the way she describes him, I think he's also a simp. That's why she thinks she can come to the internet and talk like this about him and nothing happens.
Had a full breakdown. I feel like I have been searching for something in my relationship that we don't have for the whole time we've been married, which has been 10 years.
Translation is she doesn't find the husband attractive. She never did. She settled for him because he paid the bills. He was a nice guy and probably would not leave her or one of those things. They can figure that out. So many of you men are so pathetic. You're so transparent that you're so needy that these women realize they can do anything with you. That's what is going on here.
Ooh, 10 years? Heh. Depending on where they're at, she's going to make some money.
There is not a single thing about my husband in and of himself that I do not love. Let me be very clear about that.
This is nonsense. She's not attracted to the person, but she takes care of everything. He makes sure that the house bills are paid. Everything else that actually takes real effort is done. So this is somebody who's been given the so-called princess treatment for far too long by a man who basically is just happy enough to have gotten her. That's my assessment at this point.
He is the most self-disciplined, loyal, hardworking, good person that you could meet on this planet. And that is probably the reason why I have not left. Okay. Our relationship and what my expectations are for my marriage and what they always have been are not met, right? Which I don't know
Translation, I'm not happy enough, so I'm just going to end it.
if anybody's are. The reason that pushed me to even bring up divorce and talk about it was the fact that I feel like I can't be myself with my husband. And it's really confusing because I'm 32 years old. I am a mom of 3, and I still don't know who I am.
This is the translation to that. She's bored, her life is mundane, or probably not. But the people around her who she interacts with, the content she watches, she thinks they're having more fun than she is. Because this is all about having fun and enjoying life. This is what all this is about. She believes from her calculations that if she leaves this man, she'll be free to go and sleep around. Yes, every man she's attracted to or wants, she can be available to him without any kind of thought because she's left the husband. That is what is going on here. So what she wants actually, because we have to remove all the nonsense that people say and go straight to the truth. She wants to live because she wants to go and have fun. She wants to travel. She wants to drink till the wee hours of the morning, go home with any man she finds attractive or wants to sleep with. That's the life she wants. So, what she's doing right now is probably preparing this guy for the harsh eventuality, or maybe condition him to accept that she might probably want to sleep around and he should be there, open relationship kind of thing. In the West, it's become such a thing, it's actually disgusting, but that's what's happening here. This is manipulation as you see it. She's not deep, she's not this reflective person. No, she's a shallow, stupid, dishonest person who now wants to destroy somebody's investment. Yes, the man, what he has put in here, this family, this person is an investment. Now she wants to cash in on his hard work and destroy everything. And that's why you should never get married. Let's continue.
So for me to be like, oh, I can't be myself, or you don't love me for who I am, isn't really fair because I don't know who I am.
So let me get this straight. I don't know who I am, but I'm not oh my God, bro. Incredible. Fucking incredible, chat.
Figuring that out every day. But the reason why I wanted to share this on here in the first place is we are coming up on our 10-year anniversary. We're going to Mexico, to Cabo, for our 10-year anniversary trip.
The fact that she's talking to this man like this and he's still doing anniversary things, taking her for trips, is really, these are some of the most pathetic men in history. I'm just going to be out there. He's not some nice guy. No, he's a weak man who's just having to have access to these mediocre people. So now the rest of us have to suffer the consequences of these people raising these mediocre women to standards they themselves cannot meet.
And we're rewriting our vows. We never wrote vows in the first place. We didn't have vows when we got married. And I'm struggling to write my vows, like to write a vow. And I think that's because I still feel very unsure in our relationship. The one thing that we finally talked about this past week together, because it's just been something that since we kind of talked about it and I brought it up and we committed to change and we committed to working on our relationship. I started my own business. He quit his job. Roles have changed. Life has been crazy. And we just haven't come back to talking about this subject.
Oh, there it is. The man left his job and she took over the role of provider. Oh, it's over for this man, 100%. The thing is, I was struggling to I thought it was just the normal stuff. But now with this new information, she started a business. Now she's seen like she's better than him. Whatever he is doing, that's why I told you this is a simp. There's no real man who will ever stop working so that his wife can work. It has never existed in this world where a real man will give up his responsibility of providing so that his wife can take over and so that now he can stay at home and be a stay-at-home dad. This guy lost from the moment he gave up that power. She's now looking for excuses, but she realizes because she's the breadwinner now, she will have to pay this guy either alimony or child support. So that is what she's struggling with. Oh, it makes so much sense now.
And I brought it up again because I'm like, I'm going to be honest with you, like writing these vows is hard. I don't feel like we're any closer. I don't feel like anything has really changed since I brought this up 6 months ago, 9 months ago, whatever. And I want to work on our relationship. Like at the end of the day, of course, I could get a divorce and try to go find the love that I'm craving with somebody else. But that's going to come with its own hardships, its own complications, and ones that I'm not willing to take on, right?
Either she doesn't understand or she's being willfully ignorant, that she doesn't have that much of value out here. And probably the man that she has is the best she would ever do. Especially people like this who suddenly they become the bosses, then they turn. They're using this manipulative language to try and run away from the fact that they don't want to be with this guy anymore. But she's afraid because she might come out here and become the cum bucket like the rest of them. Yes, she will become a cum bucket like the rest of them. Well, maybe that's what she wants. But also she realizes she's going to have to be coughing money to the man who now lives as a house husband. Fantastic.
I love Ryan. He is the best father, okay? I just need to learn how to explain what I need from him in our relationship, and he needs to be able to give that, and I need to be doing the same for him so that we can both, like, in 10 years from now, in the next 10 years, look back and say, like, we put in the work and we finally have the marriage and the relationship that we have always wanted.
Fuck.
She is making up a problem. She created a problem, straddled this guy with it, and now she's looking to solve a problem that didn't exist, which she created, which doesn't exist. He's a perfect man, but these things I don't need, I don't get. These people expect that another person should be responsible to give them their happiness or to do for them things that will make them happy. What kind of imbecilic behavior is this? What kind of lives do you people live with your spouses? Like, what kind of person comes on the internet to lay out that I have this great guy, but he's not enough. I now need to go and tell him to do more and do this and that. There's nothing he'll ever do that will satisfy her. Never. She'll continue demanding more and more until she finally leaves. What she's doing now is calculating how she'll not be able to cough up money to this guy because she's the breadwinner now. And if you're the breadwinner, you will cough out money. That's what is going on here.
Fucking word salad bullshit, man. This is what women do, man. This is like what they do. Like, this is why for such a long time they didn't have, their father was involved and the brother was involved and, they're just like really incredible. The stupidity, the selfishness, can't even articulate what the fuck it really is. What it comes down to, bro, is that she feels a certain way. And since she feels a certain way, she wants to destroy everything because she doesn't feel all the way happy. And again, this is propaganda that's pushed out through feminism that tells women that they deserve to be happy no matter what, all the time, 24/7. That's what it is, bro. That's really what it comes down to. We live in this female-centric, woman comes first, happiness comes first society, right? Where idiots like this will sit there and destroy their relationship for this pursuit of happiness that's never going to come. And honestly, she thinks she can do better. She might not admit it on camera right now, but she thinks that she can do better. Anytime a girl breaks up with you guys, it's because they think that they can do better. Okay? Make no mistake about it. When women say, oh, I want to break up or some other bullshit like that, that means that they think that they can do better than you and they can go ahead and get something better.
That is what I said earlier. And you must notice also that Not only do they think they can do better, they think it will be easy to replace you. Of course, the reality is very different from that because they're always complaining after a few months or a few years of living the husband. They're like, oh, the dating scene is so horrible. It's always happening. We see it everywhere. But this is why I say I will never get married because of this much bullshit involved. Somebody can simply make up a scene, try and act like the world is coming to an end over small things. She's just making small things such huge problems because what she really wants is to leave, to go and do other things, deal with other men, don't even have to deal properly with the children all the time. She can struggle with the kids, maybe pay you the child support, so she can go and continue enjoying life. I've seen that happen every time. But in this case, the man is not lucky because his goose is cooked. He stopped working and made her the breadwinner. Her pussy dried totally. I highly doubt that it used to get wet for him all the time. I think she settled for him. That's why right now in her 30s, she's looking forward, thinking, oh my goodness, maybe I can score another great man now with my 3 kids and my filter. Because all this, she's not really as good looking as this. If you remove the filters and the makeup, she's at least 30 points below this. That's a fact.
Okay? That's just how women are when it comes to dating and men. They're hypergamous. All right? If they think they can get a better deal, they will go ahead and act on that better deal. Men, we're not like that. Right? If you got a good girlfriend and a badder bitch comes along, you will go ahead and smash that badder bitch and you'll try to have both of them. Women aren't like that. Better guy comes along, she's going to get rid of you and go with the better guy. They are not loyal by nature. It is what it is. Men will try to have both. Them, they'll remove you and go to the better guy. And society, I want to be clear about this. Society reinforces them to behave this way. So when people like Matt Walsh try to sit there and tell you guys, yeah, get married to these women. Yeah, man. Fuck no.
The biggest problem and what he's mentioning, especially on the people like Matt Walsh and the rest, is because they're trying to push this religious way of doing things while the product is extremely faulty. They want you to just ignore all her past, which has shaped who she is until today, which is a promiscuous, horrible person who probably underwent a few abortions. A lot of these people are mentally deficient to be in any kind of relationship. You shouldn't straddle yourself with such people. It doesn't make any sense. But the problem is that a lot of these religious simps is because they have, at least for this moment, they seem to have functional marriages. They ignore that more than half of those marriages actually end in divorce or worse. They're being told about all the horrible courts. They're being told about all the manipulation. They know it exists, but they say, no, don't do it anyway. It makes no sense. It means they want you to emote and behave like a woman. Just act out of impulse. Do not do that. It doesn't make any sense for me, actually, because I always thought it's just best to give someone a contract, tell them, hey, lady, here it is. I need 2 kids. This is how much I'm willing to pay for them. And I need a minimum of 6 months of breastfeeding, blah, blah. Write that in a contract and you move. I think that's the best. So that you make sure you have the money to have enough help, to have house helps and all kinds of people and nannies to help you take care of your kids if these people behave like they normally do. They have to be dispensable for it to work. You can't be all dependent on them.
Also, another important thing for you guys to notice is that notice how the financial obligation switched around, and that's also making her realize that she wants to get the divorce. Guys, this is what I tell you all the time. Never let women be in breadwinner positions, bro. That puts them in a leadership role, and these bitches will not provide for you. Do you guys get it now? Told y'all this before, I'll say it again. Never let them be in a position where they got to provide for you. You got to rely on them financially, bro. They're not built to provide for you. They're just not. They're selfish creatures inherently. They're inherently selfish creatures. Look, man, the truth is the truth. This is what it is. Human beings are naturally selfish, but women are naturally selfish to a higher degree. And society enables it. You're told do what's right. They're told do what's right for them. They're supposed to have children. You're supposed to pay for the children no matter what. So they're allowed to be fucking selfish because they're pregnant for 9 months and they carry the baby. So society's never gonna fucking shun them for being selfish. You understand? They'll say stupid shit like Hillary Crowder's dumbass, saying dumb shit like this. And that's why I fucking had to roast her ass the other day. That's why she had to block me, because she knew I was about to fucking cook her. I still cooked her anyway because she's stupid. But they'll say dumb shit like this. The most alpha thing a man can do is marry and be faithful to a good woman for the rest of his life, for the entirety of his life, and be willing to storm the gates of hell to stay married to her. Oh yeah, like
Yeah, Steven Crowder, that's the Steven Crowder's ex-wife who divorced him and actually going after him and his money, and she can write this. Because obviously we're not dealing with the honest parties here. So what I'm showing you is that it's not about whether you decide to get married or not. That's up to you. But at the very least, go in knowing what the stakes are. Don't be an imbecile.
Stephen tried to do with you, bitch, when you tried to destroy his life. And then you got monkey simp over here, Matt Walsh, talking about this shit. Do you guys get it yet? It's time to unplug. It's time to unplug. You tried that try to sit there and push marriage on people. Get married, bro. That'll solve everything. No, it won't. No, it won't. The guys that come to me that want to fucking shoot themselves. You want to know what a lot of them are? Christians. They believed in the Bible. They believed in till death do us part. They believed in their vows. The guys that come to me that want to fucking put a fucking gun in their mouth the most are the Christian guys that believed in the Bible and believed in their fucking vows.
Let me say something controversial. If you want to end your life because of a woman, well, I guess that's evolution. Yeah. The trash took itself out. Sorry, I have no feelings for such weakness. How dare you end your life over such stupidity? This is the trash taking itself out. Sorry, not sorry.
Until I got to hit him with the reality and let him know, look, man, you can be devout to God. You can believe in the Bible. Nothing wrong with that. But the Bible is not going to save you from these modern bitches. And I got to be the fucking reality check to these niggas, bro. I know a lot of you guys right now are pissed off at me for saying this, but it's the fucking truth. It's the cold hard truth. Jesus is not going to save you from these fucking bitches. All right? And they have the audacity, bitches like this that tried to ruin her husband's life. Colluded with the Daily Wire. Colluded with left-wing journalists. Colluded to lie. Put out a fucking edited Ring camera to make Steven Crowder look like a fucking scumbag and tried to destroy his fucking life. She's over here quote tweeting who? Matt Walsh, monkey simp Walsh. Saying a real man, the most alpha thing you could do is go ahead and be with a woman for the entirety of his life. Shut the fuck up, bitch. Shut the fuck up. They tell you guys this shit. You want to know why? Because as soon as you say, I do, you know what happens? You lose all the leverage. What you might as well say is, I do give my life to this fucking bitch that goes out and decides to go make serious decisions based off how she feels, like the girl that we're talking about now. Look, I know a lot of you tradcons, you trad cucks, you Bible thumpers, you Quran thumpers, you synagogue thumpers. I don't fucking know. All you religious guys are going to get mad at me for saying this. Fine. If I got to piss off 100 of you niggas so I can save one person for putting a fucking gun in their mouth, so be it. Unsubscribe, motherfuckers. I don't care. Because I talked to way too many fucking dudes that were ready to end it all because they believed in their vows and their wife didn't. Way too many guys. Hundreds, if not thousands at this point. It's incredible to me that someone like a Hillary Crowder would sit there and quote tweet Matt fucking Simp Walsh as he goes on his 15-minute monologue talking about how great marriage is and monogamy with his fucking Daytona Rolex, by the way, as a multimillionaire, by the way, that has status and clout, by the way, and selling this fucking tradcon dream to the average guy who's 5'8", 30 to 50K per year, and can barely get women to even pay attention to him. I live in reality. I understand how women are. And I'm telling you guys, this is the new normal. It's not 1955, it's 2025. And any guy that's gonna sit there and tell you that you need to be monogamous and that you just need to believe in the Christian marriage or the Muslim marriage or whatever the fuck it is, depend on religion to help you find your girl and your wife, they don't care about you. I'm telling you guys what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. I'm telling you guys what's the real.
So, ladies and gentlemen, that is that from Myron Gaines. I wanted to basically, because I am on a crusade to make a lot of you simps get out of this woman worship nonsense. Over the years, you've ceded power because you can't control yourself. Because the things you feel you must have now, you don't make any plans. And because you don't make any plans, you just pick any ratchet from the street and you think you're going to create this great life with them. We have stopped being logical beings. Every time we stop being logical beings en masse, what happens? You're taken advantage of. Then you come cry later. Then you want to take yourself out. You want all these things. Like, I would think by now you've noticed nobody cares, especially about you as a man. What you do with your life is what will save or destroy you. Very few people are going to feel sorry for you because you made such a bad decision. These days is where at least you are finding fight back, where when men are treated badly, there's a lot of noise because a lot of these male enclaves have been formed online and various places. But when push comes to shove, Myron Gaines isn't going to come there to tell you, to make sure that your wife doesn't take advantage of you. There's no Matt Walsh to come to show you how to navigate your marriage as your wife is giving you hell, sleeping around and about to take your kids and half of what you've worked for. They're not there. So you're the imbecile that keeps believing in the propaganda and perpetuating it. You absolutely do not need to get married. Zero reason. If you want children, these days there are more single mothers than there are married couples. It's already moved on and you're still pretending. A lot of these women are willing to have kids if you can pay for it. You don't have to talk about Michael Jackson money. You just talk about normal money, just normal rent and stuff like that. And you'll have your children. If that's what you want, for me, 100%, there's no way I am ever getting myself in a position like this. The environment simply doesn't exist to support these marriages. That's just a fact. Your woman's head will be turned in a moment. And she'll be gone just like that. She'll see her friend who's being spoiled by this other person who's not her husband. And she keeps telling you, oh, my side guy did this, that. And you think you can live the same until you realize you can't because you're not even as good looking as your friend. You're looking over the fact that the most you can be is an overweight cum bucket for some guy with no standards out there. The man in your house has already dropped enough standards to keep you around. So have some self-respect, gentlemen and ladies. That time where you think you're going to use this being a lady and fragile and femininity to get what you want is done. Because right now we see you primarily as our worst enemy and parasites. You will destroy a man if it means you'll make money. And that is what has destroyed all these marriages. Anyway, I don't know what you think about that reaction video. Please leave a comment below. Subscribe to the channel. Leave a like for the algorithm. And until next time, peace.